such a good girl. Oh, we got Mr. Buddy's wanting to go in the house. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is November 21st. Right, am I right on that? Yes, November 21st. It's Tuesday, 2017. It has really been a nice day. It's real mild. It's about 53 degrees today. That's what it went up to. So, very nice day here, end of November. And we moderate power brought in today from the solar panels, 1.4 kilowatt hours. So, you know, we'll take whatever we can get at this point, this time of year. This is not a good time of year for us because, like I said, our system isn't as big as it needs to be, but that's okay. We'll get there. It's a, like I said, it's a work in progress. It's a learning curve as far as that goes, and we've made it better every year, and next year we'll make it even better. So that's how we'll do that. And eventually, one day, with the goal obviously is to not have to use that generator at all, which would be absolutely awesome. So, but so anyway, listen, a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, somebody was saying that I'm going through like way too much wood or something. We've burned a lot of wood already. Well, it was a cooler fall than normal, so we ended up having to burn more than we normally would. We've had some cold days here in November already too, but actually our wood supply, we're doing just fine, to be honest with you. I mean, it's there's still, I'm going to show you guys this real quick here. Talk about this real quick. This over here is like 4 rows, okay? Now the very inside row is really smaller stuff and it's real dry, and I'm basically using that for fire starter. But the other 3 rows is the older wood that I had before. So it's more dried out, so it's burning faster. That's one of the reasons why we're going through that as fast as we are. In these 3 rows here, I got about 5 face cord of wood in these 3 rows here. And then there's another 3 face cord over here. So I think I'm in pretty decent shape, to be honest with you. Now I do have 3 more face cord coming. I did a barter with my neighbor, and I had an older generator that I really didn't use anymore, so I traded him 2 face cords of wood for that generator, and then my old pump that I had in the house, and when we switched out to the Gould's pump, I traded him that one for another load of wood. So I got 3 more loads of wood coming. So then I'll probably just have to split those myself. He'll bring me the rounds down and I'll split them. So that's no big deal. But that works out good. And we'll be fine as far as wood for winter. I don't think we're going to run out by any stretch. Because you figure we get into December, January, February are 3 months where you're probably going to be burning a lot. March, it starts to switch up on us, and you know, it could be a decent March, it could be a cold March. You just don't really know. I hope we're not burning by April, but we'll see. You never know. But anyway, I wanted to talk, one of the things I wanted to talk about today, you know, in a post-event, we're going to talk about a post-event today, and how do you deal with the dead bodies, okay? And again, it depends on what kind of an event it is, what's happening, but let's say there's some kind of major tragic event and there's a lot of dead bodies around. Well, you need to really dispose of them the best way that you can. And burning them takes way too much fuel, to be honest with you. So if you have, you know, any way to have access to, you know, a backhoe or anything like a bulldozer or something like that, and dig a huge ditch and get rid of those bodies, because you're just asking for trouble with dead bodies laying around exposed, with rats and other vermin getting into them, disease and stuff like that. And then, you know, you just really, it can be pretty nasty. And you know, we wouldn't really want those laying around, and the smell would be pretty awful. I got something right there. Hold on a second. Okay. The smell would be pretty awful. So that would be something that you would really want to address, is getting those cleaned up around you as best that you could. If there was some kind of plague or sickness that went around and people were dying in their homes, you know, and let's say you and, you know, 10 other people were left in your area, you know, you would want to really start looking, you know, first of all, you're going to need to go house to house to see what kind of supplies that you can get from those houses. And, you know, secondly, you'd want to definitely dispose of those bodies. You don't want those laying around. So, I mean, if anybody saw the stand, I mean, they were geared up in hazmat suits and getting rid of dead bodies that way, and they were wrapping them up in garbage bags. That's one way of doing it, is you put them in the garbage bags and, you know, tape them up and get rid of them. But then, you know, you would have to have those garbage bags on hand. Contractor garbage bags would probably, because they're heavier duty, and, you know, and tape them up and have tape on hand too. I mean, probably duct tape at that point. But anyway, so getting rid of those dead bodies and disposing of them properly is definitely going to be important, just because for overall the smell is going to be absolutely horrific. And you know, so it's, you know, not a pleasant thing to think about in a post-event, but with sickness and people dying and somebody in your own group dying, you know, I mean, you're going to have to dispose of those bodies. And you know, if it's somebody in your own group, you might want to bury them separately, obviously, and have their own grave. But now you got to designate a spot. Okay, well, where are we putting people in our own group that pass away, you know, from sickness or whatever? Where are we going to do that? So you got, you know, you definitely want that away from the house, or your, you know, main building or whatnot. So those are things to think about. I mean, you know, we're going to have loss of life. Nobody's going to be untouched, unfortunately. If you think that, oh, me and my people are going to be fine, meaning your family or whatever, you know, that's really not realistic to think that way. You have to realize that you're going to have losses. People are going to pass away, you know, from sickness, from accidents, whatever the case may be. What may just be a little bit of a flu bug now could be very deadly in a post-event without proper medicine and stuff like that. You know, having that injury happen, you know, freak accidents, they happen all the time, and but there's no way to fix it, you know, because your medical people are not there to do it. You're gonna have some serious issues, and you're gonna have a lot of people dying prematurely, you know, that you didn't expect to. Okay, so those are things I want you guys to think about, and kind of go from there. But so we got Mrs. Soxy right here. Over there's Miss Bella. And, oh, there's that, up the hill over here. Let me walk over this way. That's that other cat that kind of hangs around. I think she's somebody's cat because she looks like she's well fed, but she likes to hang out with the boys and stuff like that. So I think it's got to be a female, otherwise they would be fighting. So that's her up there. And she hangs out, and that's okay. But as we move along here, guys, you know, what I want you guys to think about is the possibility of having to deal with these things in a post-event, and what's your game plan? You know, do you have contractor garbage bags just in case something like that? Extra duct tape to wrap that body up, because you're really not going to want to be doing a lot of handling of a dead body. So, you know, those are things that you really need to think about, and you know, taking care of those things. And unfortunately, it's unpleasant. We don't want to think about that. It amazes me in our society, especially the United States, how people don't want to think about death or dealing with death. And it's just another step in the process. You know, it's part of the journey, and you have to deal with it. Maybe I had to look at it a little bit different because I'm in nursing and I've dealt with so much death in nursing. And but that's part of it, you know, it's part of that journey, and we're all going to go there at some point, so sooner or later. But you know, it's just remember to think sanitation, keeping things clean, you know, getting rid of that dead body as quickly as you possibly can. I mean, if it's your loved one, obviously you're going to treat it a little bit different than you would a stranger, but those are some things to think about, okay? So anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. It's already, what is it, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to show you the sky real quick here too. It's actually really, really nice. Real clear blue skies today. Like I said, the hours of sunshine are just not here this time of year. So anyway, guys, listen, have a great day. I know we got Thanksgiving coming up here, and I'm sure a lot of people are traveling, you know, going to be with family and stuff like that. So please, everybody, be safe. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember STD. So one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You know, keep working on your journey. Whatever you're trying to, whatever goals you're trying to reach, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. And let me show you how fat this girl is. Bell, bell. You know, you can do it, guys. You really can. The only one that's going to stop you is you. And remember, I will talk to you all tomorrow, okay? Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.